So today we're going to take a look at the Leonardo fighter from the Unmatched games. Now, Leonardo is one of the characters from Unmatched Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Leonardo is, of course, one of those 4 Ninja Turtles. Leonardo is the leader of the Turtles. His line in the theme song is Leonardo leads. That is most of Leonardo's personality, is that he leads. He, of course, has the katanas, which are his main weapon. We see him here smashing one of Baxter Stockman's Mousers there. Leonardo's sidekick is Master Splinter. And in different iterations of TMNT, Splinter has different backstories. He is usually tied somehow to Hamato Yoshi, who is the great martial arts sensei. In some versions, he is Hamato Yoshi, who has been mutated into a rat. In some versions, he was Hamato Yoshi's pet rat, learned martial arts from watching Hamato Yoshi. Some versions, when he was mutated into this rat human form, he had Hamato Yoshi's essence reincarnated into him. So it varies a little bit from one to another. See the nice card backs here, which tie in with all of the other turtles. The manhole cover / turtle shell. This is done in the individual turtles' colors with their weapons and something representing the sidekick, which in this case is Master Splinter's staff. Taking a look at the character card here, Leonardo is a melee fighter with a health of 16 and a move of 2. His sidekick is Splinter, who is melee with a health of 9. His special ability is Team Tactics. At the start of your turn, you may move any fighter 1 space. This set, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Unmatched set, is a Unmatched Adventures set, which is the co-op version. The Turtles can be used in regular 1v1 Unmatched against themselves or fighters from any other set. But since this is an Unmatched Adventures set, they have a lot of stuff baked into their mechanics for working with that co-op mode. And out of all the turtles, Leonardo is the one who is clearly meant to be made for the co-op mode more so than any of the others. Now, he's the leader, so kind of makes sense that he would be the one that would get that. So a lot of what's going on with him is much better in Unmatched Adventures than it is in regular 1v1 Unmatched. In the co-op mode there, you can move any fighter, so that could be your fighters, which would be Leonardo and Splinter. It could be your teammates and their sidekicks. It could be the villain. It could be one of the villains and the minions. It could be anybody on the board there, which can be really strong there to have that many different fighters to choose from. In regular Unmatched, this can still be good because you can move Leonardo or Splinter, or you can move the opposing hero or one of their sidekicks. It's still a very big ability there, being able to just move anybody 1 space at the start of your turn. So it's still good. It's just better in Unmatched Adventures, which is what we're going to see with a lot of Leonardo. So going into his deck, we start off with Katana. Each of the turtles has a card that is named after their signature weapon. Leonardo has his katanas. Katana is an attack of 6 with a boost of 2. It is just a blank 6. Well, look, when the card is a 6, it doesn't need to have any text down there. Blank 6 is good in its own. Just ask Bigfoot. Turtle Power. Turtle Power is a turtle common card that each of the turtles have. This is an attack of 3 with a boost of 2. During combat, you may boost this card. So a 3 that is boostable, that's definitely good. Wise beyond his years. This is a versatile of 2 with a boost of 2 after combat. If the opposing fighter is in fewer zones than Leonardo, deal 2 damage to the opposing fighter. Now, this is where that extra move there at the start of the turn can come into play there. That if they position themselves in the spot, Leonardo may be able to push them into a spot to put them into fewer zones so that Leo can be in more zones than the opposing fighter. So this is just kind of playing around with his ability. Heroes in a half shell. This is a defense of 5 with a boost of 3. This is one of the turtle common cards once again. But very much like Katana, a 5 defense is perfectly fine to not have any text on it there. In fact, most 5 defenses in Unmatched have some sort of negative effect attached to them. And this is just and this has no effect on it. So that's in fact better. Leonardo leads, where we get to take a look at Leonardo's foil card here. Each of the turtles have a card that is their line from the theme song, and that card is their foil card. This is a scheme with a boost of 4. Move each friendly fighter up to 3 spaces. Draw 1 card. Okay, so in Unmatched Adventures, moving every friendly fighter is a big stinking deal. You could do a lot with that. In regular Unmatched, that's just kind of like it's kind of like a maneuver, okay? But it's, a move 2, so it'd be a move 3 instead of a move 2. When you play this card, you're moving 3 spaces, but you could just like boost with any random 1 value in your deck and get the 3 moves. This is a boost 4, so you're almost rather like use this to move like 6 spaces or throw this into turtle power. It's just a card that's just like a maneuver, and pretty much like most any other card is going to be better, especially with that boost 4. I said in Unmatched Adventures, this is really, really strong, moving every friendly fighter 3 spaces. That does so much for you. But in regular Unmatched, that's just Leo and Splinter, so it's not really all that great in 1v1. It's definitely better for that 4 boost. Going into Splinter's cards, we have Spatial Awareness. And to go back here and look at Leonardo's Wise Beyond His Years, you can see that we've got some mirroring here on these cards. And if you look at the effects, Splinter's Spatial Awareness effect is after combat, if the opposing fighter is in fewer zones than Splinter, deal 1 damage to the opposing fighter and draw 1 card. So it's a very similar effect. Now, Splinter's is a 3 value versatile, where Leo's is just a 2, so it's a little bit better. You can set this up to be an attack that would deal damage by pushing them around, or just as a defense. If you happen to find yourself in the right spot, that can work for you. Protective Father. This is a Splinter scheme with a boost of 2. Splinter may swap spaces with another friendly fighter. If he does, they both recover 2 health. Gain 1 action. So in 1v1, that's going to be health gain for Leo and Splinter. In Unmatched Adventures, that is health gain for Splinter and whatever other friendly fighter you decide needs the health boost there. So being able to heal fighters that don't have healing in their deck, or just giving them more healing than what they usually have, is really, really strong. Once again, we see more of that Unmatched Adventures stuff that is baked into Leonardo's deck here, just really coming out with this. For Sensei, we can see that this is one of the Kevin Eastman alternate artwork cards, which has Eastman's signature there in foil. This is an any attack of 4 with a boost of 1. Move both fighters in the combat up to 1 space. You may discard 1 card to gain an action. So action gains, good. We haven't seen any other action gains here in Leonardo's deck, so it's good to have that. Fearless Leader being the other Kevin Eastman alternate artwork here. This is any attack value of 3 with a boost of 2. During combat, add +2 to this card's value for each other friendly fighter adjacent to the opposing fighter. Now, in regular Unmatched, your friendly fighters are these 2 guys. So one of these will be attacking, the other one would be adjacent. So this could become a 5. 5 is not a bad attack. In Unmatched Adventures, if you were able to do things right, you could potentially get 3 or 4 other fighters around the opposing fighter, so that you're now adding, 6 or 8 to this, getting this to a 9 or an 11. That would be something that is definitely possible to happen there. So you can really do a lot of damage with this. And it's just interesting how different this card is between the 2 different modes. This can really be something that can be like a beast form or forever hide level attack here, that you're not having to like throw the discards into. So it's not even necessarily a finisher. It's just a big, huge hit. And Unmatched Adventures, where in regular Unmatched, it's not a bad attack. A 5 is never a bad attack. Eat, sleep, and breathe ninjutsu. Versatile of 3 with a boost of 1. After combat, place each fighter adjacent to your fighter in another space in their zone. So this is just clear everybody out. This is kind of like Slayer strength without the strength. You move everybody, but you don't deal the damage to them. Once again, Unmatched Adventures being able to reposition everybody around you. You're repositioning friendly fighters. You are repositioning the villains and the minions. This really is just crazy in Unmatched Adventures. Still pretty good in regular 1v1 Unmatched. It's not like this is going to be terrible or anything. It's not. It's just like crazy good in one mode and pretty good in the other. Only thing is, it is a 3 value, so it's not dealing a lot of damage, and it's kind of a average block. Quick Strike. This is a versatile of 3 with a boost of 3. This is a card that I think just based off the name, we could see this coming back and showing up again at some point, because the Quick Strike is, that sounds like this would be a card that already exists, even though it isn't. This is after combat, draw 1 card. So this is a 3 value exploit, basically just an exploit that's not quite as good. And lastly, we're going to go with I Have a Plan, which is some great artwork here. See that Shredder has a card that very much mimics this artwork here. This is a versatile of 2 with a boost of 1. Immediately, you may discard 1 card. If you do, cancel all effects on your opponent's card and ignore its value. So this is interesting because you have to discard to cancel the effects. So that's, okay, that's not the greatest thing for you there, because most fighters that just have a feint that's a 2 that you can throw, and then you're not having to discard. But this does also ignore the value, so you can pretty much defensively, you can throw this out there and you are just negating the attack, whatever it was they threw at you, as long as it is not a as long as they're not baiting you with something like a regroup. This is gonna be pretty good to throw out there. If you got one of these in hand and Tomoe's like throwing her witness at you, this is like Yeah, that's beautiful. But it does cost you to discard a card. Now you can see what they threw at you before you discard the card. So they do bait you with something like a regroup. You're at least not having to throw another card at it. But it's just kind of a weird, I guess, kind of conditional cancel. It's a little bit different. All right, so what do we have to say about Leonardo? Well, I don't know that we have a whole lot to say about him. Now, on the show, a lot of people complain that in a lot of iterations, Leonardo's personality is kind of vanilla. He's just like, I'm the leader, and that's all there really is to him. This is a pretty basic deck here. This is a simple deck, one of the most simple that we have seen come out in a while. I mean, this is going to be kind of up there with Chupacabra on the simplicity level there. I think he'll be pretty good. He's not going to be bad in 1v1. In Unmatched Adventures, this guy is going to be crazy. I mean, he just does so much for Unmatched Adventures, and you can tell that that is what they were designing Leonardo for, that he is inherently made for Unmatched Adventures. Definitely, that's what he's there for. He's also going to be really great. This would be a really good, like, first character for someone to play with, which is very good to have in this set. I feel that just because of the IP, we're going to have a lot of people that are going to be playing Unmatched for the first time with this set. And so having a very, very accessible character in there that is not difficult is always good for everybody. It's always good to have that, especially in these sets that are going to have a wide appeal to them. So if you found this video interesting and useful, give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down to the comment section and let me know what you think down there. And you can also subscribe to my channel, so that way you can catch all the videos I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy with Point Extra G, and we'll see you around next time.